Anyway. But this is the poem from the book I wrote about her. This is called Hang Those Clothes Up or I'll Pee on You. Got woke up out of a very drunk-ass sleep to the hissing, splattering sound of a water stream hitting the carpet. I rolled over, turned on the light, and there she was, my sister, and all of her beer-soaked glory, squatting down in the middle of the closet, pissing. Without even opening up an eye, she blurted out, "Turn off that goddamn light and quit bothering me. All I'm doing is trying to hang up that cowboy shirt that Robert E. Lee gave to me." Yeah, smattering of the flower. I don't know. Is that her? Oh, it is. Megan's here. Okay, now we can really start the show. Okay.
What's up?
How you doing?
Good.
I just have to wait for time.
Sorry, I was late.
No, it's no big.
Band.
It's no big fuss.
All right, y'all. Settle in, get something to drink. Preferably cheap beer. Pabst Blue Ribbon's good. Got $1.50 well drinks tonight. You can get drunk cheap. Ready, bro? Y'all, the Black Dog Tavern and the first Monday performance art brings you one of the most outspoken spoken word artists living in Texas today, an institution in this town and throughout most of the web networks he's on. Y'all welcome the one and the only Bryan Massey III.
Hell yeah. Thanks, Ron. How the hell is everybody doing? I know we've been through this before. Yeah. There's nothing like going through it again. I'm going to read a couple of poems and we'll watch a movie. It'll be like a Three Stooges slam bang theater thing. But
is it in black and white?
some of it is. Some of it's third generation fucked up crap. I did it on the budget of $16.25. That covered my cost of a pack of bologna and a loaf of bread and some beer and a couple of videotapes. Anyway, I'm going to read some stuff that I don't normally read too often in public. So this is real fucked up. This is called The Last Supper, Beer, Beef Jerky, and Corn Nuts.
Yeah! Yeah!
I gotta drink this tequila. Everybody got a fucking drink, man?
Yeah!
Drink, let's drink. Here's to the spirit of Charles Bukowski.
Yeah!
Yeah! To all my friends!
Drink cold, piss warm, yeah.
Ah, damn. God almighty! Okay, let's get this started. The Last Supper. My buddy Jeep came by the other day in his 1975 Eldorado Cadillac. The only letters left on the front of the hood were L-O-R-D, Lord. I remember the first time I met the bastard. I knew he was my kind of people right away because, first off, he was from Alvarado. And second, he reminded me of a good friend I had in 7th grade that we all called Zero Montgomery. Hell, he got caught cornholing his cousin Loretta in the broom closet there at school. Anyhow, I was surprised to see old Jeep So the last time that I was down at his place, I had me a case and a half of Falstaff beer. And I sat out there on the back porch and drank about half of it. Now, my buddy Jeep had just got out of the hospital with knee surgery, so he was laid out on an orthopedic bed right there in the front room. And out there in the pasture, he had a couple of mules. And I'd never been around mules before. So sometime around 2:30, 3 a.m., I started looking over there at one of them mules. It felt to me like that goddamn mule had been standing there watching me for the past 3 or 4 hours. And the more of that beer I drank, and the more I looked at that mule, the better he started looking to me. He just stood there, never moved, except all of a sudden, he let his dick drop down. Goddamn, I've never seen anything like that before. That son makes it almost hit the ground. So I thought to myself, I said, Self, I wonder what one of them goddamn things feels like. It would take a hell of a man to go over there and touch a mule's dick. So just about the time I was fixing to grab hold of that motherfucker, my buddy Jeep opened up the back door, came cripping out there on his bad leg and shouted, "What the damn hell you doing out there with a goddamn mule?" I said, "Well, I was fixing to touch his dick if you'd shut the fuck up and get your crippled ass back in the house." He shouted even louder, "Get your goddamn hands off my mule." The mule turned around and looked back at me as to say, "Damn." Then I heard the unmistakable sound of a breech of a 12 gauge being locked. Last thing I heard above the shotgun blast was my buddy Jeep hollering, "Go, get the hell out of here, you goddamn goofy ass motherfucking queer." So now you can imagine my surprise when I seen him in my driveway that day. He says, "Hey motherfucker, let's hit the road to Waco." I grabbed a can of snuff, pulled on my rubber boots, and before I knew it, we were southbound on I-35. We stopped at the Black Stallion just past Egan for gas and 2 cases of Milwaukee's Best. I also got me a large bag of baconettes, red hot pork skins, and a double pack of Jack Neat's black pepper kipper beef jerky. Jeep had a bag of pepperoni flavored corn nuts and some Fritos. Hell, we sat there and down a 6-pack of Twixtus. That is, until the old bitch from inside the store came vaulted out shouting, "Y'all gonna have to move the car, you're blocking my super unleaded pump, and that's my biggest seller." Jeep hit the gas pedal. We blew gravels all the way back to Joshua as it bounced off a King. Now this is where it started to get weird. We were back on the road, and I noticed that my buddy had on a pair of Wrangler jeans that were so tight that if a man wanted to, he could count all the hairs on his balls. I only got up to about 25 or 30 before I quit looking because really, I ain't that kind of guy. We makes a pit stop there on the rest area on the other side of Hillsboro. When we gets back into the Lord, I popped off and asked him, "Hey Jeep, have you ever jacked off a dog?" Because you see, back when I was a kid there in Cleveland, sometimes during the summer when I'd get bored, I'd take and jack off my big German Shepherd. He'd just stand there humping and look back at me with a kind of dumb expression on his face. That's about the time when old Jeep reached down between the seats and pulled out a cap and ball pistol, cocked the hammer back and let go with a round right through the roof of that car. Damn, that fucker was loud as shit hell. That black powder sprayed out and singed all the goddamn hair off the left side of my head. The ball made a hole in the roof big enough to stick your fist through. Then my buddy Jeep said, "That's it. Had enough, motherfucker. Now get the hell out of the car." As he drove off with the door still open, I was shouting, "Yeah, but that's okay. My dog never growled or bit me, and he always came when I called him." He made a U-turn, and for a second I figured he was going to try and run my ass over. But he slowed down just long enough to holler out the window, "I never want to see you again, you goddamn jerky-eating, pig-skin-sniffing, animal dick-touching, motherfucking goofy-ass queer." And as the dust settled, I said out loud to nobody, "I guess you can say that kind of shit when you got the Lord for a ride home." That's called hardcore Texas.
Brian, do you have that one about getting your dick stuck in the
God damn it, Tim. You always want me to read that poem.
I love that poem, man.
I hate that poem. Because it really happened. If it happened to you, you wouldn't want to read it so many damn times.
That one about.
Yeah, I do have it. But son of a bitch, just a minute.
Oh, I don't want to read it. I hate that goddamn poem. Oh, I hate that fucking.
Alright. Yeah, I'll read that one for you, Tim. Just because we're here, we're all friends.
We need to know about these intimate moments of yours.
Do what?
We need to know about these intimate moments of yours.
Goddamn right.
Pardon me?
Go ahead.
This is called A Fly on the Kitchen Wall over at John Dick Bowman's house around supper time. Will y'all please get your ass in there and fix me something to eat, and I don't care what the hell it is, just as long as it don't look or smell or anything like that shit that you fixed last night. God damn, that crap would gag a fucking maggot. And I hope the hell you didn't throw that shit outside, because if you did, it'll run off all my cats. And if you run off all my cats again, I'm gonna take and knock a goddamn knot on your head. Oh, baby, while you're over there, would you bring me another beer? Damn, I worked my ass off today. And having to put up with that stupid ass Eugene is a goddamn job in itself. Fuck, I told Marty that he was about as useful as a tit on a goddamn queer ass boar hog. A fella like that's gonna get somebody killed or worse. And that's another thing. What the hell's the deal with the goddamn crunchy ass peanut butter in my lunch today? Ain't nobody in their right mind ever ate crunchy peanut butter. The only people I ever saw eat that shit was some of those goofy ass weirdos that I went to junior high school with. The kind of sick bastards that they catch jacking off on their sisters and shit. And I hope the hell on God's green ass that you ain't trying to send me with some kind of one of them sublime messages. Because I done told you a long time ago that all that shit that happened between me and my cousin was innocent. Hell, we didn't know what the hell we were doing. Now see, that's what I'm talking about. You're always trying to get me off track and shit. I don't think that was Mrs. Bear's bread on that crunchy ass peanut butter sandwich today. And how many fucking times have I told you, God damn it, I don't like anything but Mrs. Bear's goddamn bread. You better not tell me that was some of that rainbow or sunbeam shit. Because you know good and goddamn well that's the kind of crap they give them motherfuckers up there in the jail. And you know I can't stand them kinds of motherfuckers that stays in jail. Everybody knows them kinds of sons of bitches that's up there in jail, them goddamn niggers and Mexicans, and ain't nobody got no use for them except the goddamn highway department. But, hey, you kids better stop letting that screen door slam like that. Because the next one of you little sons of bitches that does it, I'm going to take and knock the shit out of one of you little fuckers. That's it. I'm going to get up from here, come over there and kick the dog shit right out of you. You hear me? Give me the salt. What do you mean we're out of salt? God damn, there's only two things in this world that makes me happy. And that's Mrs. Bear's bread and plenty of salt. God damn, fuck it, I'm not even hungry anymore. One of you kids come over here and get this shit and go feed it to the cats. God damn son of a motherfucking bitch. No goddamn salt, what in the hell do I keep your ass around here for anyway? Oh yeah, speaking of that, don't you think it's about time you got off some of that pussy? I mean, hell, how long it's been? A week or two? When you keep that shit hoarded up, you'd think it was made of gold, but let me tell you something, it ain't. Because if it were, we'd already taken that shit to the pawn shop. Oh, come on, baby. You know I'm just messing with ya. I mean, you ain't on the rag or nothing, are you? Because you know I can't stand a woman with a bloody, stinking damn twat makes me sick as a fucking dog even to think about it. And someone putting fabric in their mouth. I can't stand to see anybody putting a piece of cloth in their mouth. I don't know what it is, but I can't stand to see it. I don't know. It just makes me cringe. Hey, baby. Hey, sweetie, sweetheart. I love you, mama. Come on. Do us both a favor and dry your hands real quick and give me another beer. Cause you know I can't stand dirty, soapy ass dishwater on my beer can.
It doesn't get any further than that. It just doesn't.
Now see, when you go to them guys, when you pass by them country roads and you see them trailer parks sitting out there, and you think to yourself, I wonder what the hell happens in them places. Well, you just heard it, okay? That's what happens in those kind of places. So now you ain't got to wonder no more. Because I've been there. So anyway, like I say, that was a fly on the wall. So, y'all ready to watch a movie? Yeah. Alright. Then fuck this reading poetry shit. There's plenty of that stuff in the movie. Alright. Hey, Shaggy Two-Dope, motherfucker. Come over here and help me turn this machine on. I'm not good with machines. So you don't have to, don't leave a customer, man. I ain't that fucking important. Turn it up. Alright. This is my movie. Alright, hey, we're gonna cut this film shit short because you can't hear the fucking thing, and it sucks anyway. Who the hell gives a fuck? We got a good band coming out here called the Carl Bernhardt Band, and we're gonna fucking, whatever they do, jazz, rock and roll, or probably some kind of Frank Zappa riff-off, motherfucker. We don't care. This is fucking Black Dog Tavern, and all kinds of shit happens here. So, we're gonna cut this shit off. And the fucking trippin' Daisy girl will get up here and dance. Come on, get up here and dance. Come on, dance. Trippin' Daisy, trippin' Daisy. Come on, dance. Trippin' Daisy. Oh, she gave me the one finger salute. Thank you, but I'm not a fucking colonel. Alright. Performance art night at the Black Dog is now cease, desist, drink more booze, slap the shit out of Shaggy Two-Dope, or what the fuck ever. Anyway, fuck it.
You might convince me. You can't convince me to dance, but he might have convinced me to